want none! You don't want none!
What's going on, Tar Heel Nation? It is your favorite North Carolinian, Russ the Tar Heel. And there is no easy way to sugarcoat the 12th game of the season. North Carolina just got their asses handed to them by the NC State Wolfpack, 39-20. And it wasn't a stinking game from the beginning. And you say, was it just that NC State was that good? Is Carolina that bad? What was it, Russ? Culture and coaching. That's what I want to talk about before we even get into the stinking box score. Or you know what? Let's just go ahead and get into the box score real quick. I digress. NC State beats North Carolina 39-20. Drake May finishes 22 of 38 for 254 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 picks. Brennan Armstrong looks like Dan Stinkin' Marino out there, the lefty version, goes 22 for 31, 334 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Drake May somehow is Carolina's leading rusher with 9 carries for 106 yards and 1 touchdown. He also had a lost fumble. Concepcion had 11 carries for 55 yards for State. He also had 7 receptions for 131 yards and 2 touchdowns. And that kid was matched up on DJ Jones almost all freaking night. Their best young receiver matched up against Carolina's used-to-be running back who's taken Elijah Huzzy's spot. Somehow, their NC State is able to have enough coaching acumen that they say, hey, there's a weak spot. Let's get our best player lined up on him 50, 60, 70% of the snaps. Just unbelievable. I was so sick of watching 10 run around the field with nobody beside him except, DJ stinking chasing him around. That was like super frustrating, bro. Like, how do you not make the changes that you need to lock down their best guy? It's their best guy, and it's your worst guy. And somehow their coaching staff is able to get him into position to where he's matched up against your worst guy. And no disrespect to DJ Jones. He's a running back. That's what he played in high school. And he switched over to get more burn. But anytime their best player is matched up against your worst player, it's not good. And apparently Gene Chizik and Mac Brown don't understand that. That crap is frustrating, man. They come out there, it's supposed to be a rivalry game. The fans care. There's 57,000 people in Raleigh just screaming their freaking heads off. There might have been 10,000 people in Carolina Blue. Who stinking knows? And then you got all the fans back here that care because they got to go to work. They got to talk to these people. They got to see them out wearing that stinking nasty color. And then you just decide that you're going to let them just out-hustle you and out-try you. I mean, it's the passion and pride. And I'm sick of it, man. I am so ever-loving. I'm sick of it, bro. UNC finishes with 384 yards of total offense, and a lot of that came in the second half. 3 turnovers, 21 first downs to NC State's 27. NC State, 504 yards of total offense. A team that's not even really known for their offense. They got a couple of guys. Brennan Armstrong, yeah, he's turned up a little bit since MJ Morris quit on the team. Okay. You got KC Concepcion. And they just light it up, especially in the first half. They just lit it up. 504 yards of total offense. Here's the stinking kicker. I don't know if I've ever seen a time of possession like this. At least not that I can remember. If you remember, please let me know. Carolina had the football for 19 minutes and 54 seconds. 1954. NC State had it for 40 minutes on the stinking dot, bro. Out of control, man. Out of freaking control. I'm just disgusted, man. Carolina had 9 penalties for 99 yards. Some of them were stinking kind of questionable. But you know what? The referees did not have any play in the outcome of this game. I'm going to keep it a buck, man. And you guys that know me, you know that I love this team. You know that I am a stinking Tar Heel through and through. You say, Russ, are you ashamed to be a Tar Heel? Are you out of your stinking mind, bro? This crap runs through my blood, man. I'm a Tar Heel born, bred, and dead. Period. No ands, ifs, or buts about it. But I'm going to call it what it is. The boys came out there stinking soft and blue, and the guys out there in red were ready to stinking bust somebody's stinking head off. And you know where that comes from? Coaching. Culture. And ours is hot ass. Period. Period. What do they have over there? Coaching and culture. And they got some decent players that they've turned into really good football players. What do we have? We have crappy coaching, crappy culture, and we have athletes that aren't football players. Man, dude. And you say, why does it stinking upset you so much? Because it's not indicative of the people of North Carolina. The University of North Carolina is supposed to be the representative of the people of North Carolina. And North Carolinians aren't soft. They're hard-working, everyday, blue-collar individuals that grind. They hustle. They're proud of where they're from. They're proud of their last name. Their word means something. And that should translate into something as what many would say is as trivial as a football program. When you exhibit no motivation, none, you're just kind of going through the motions. You're not representing me well. And no, I'm not going to quit on you. And I'm not going to the other team. I can't stand them. I hate them. But what pisses me off is that team is doing a better job than we are. And we're the flagship. Coaching and culture. And I'm here to tell you right now, man, for the second year in a row, Carolina finishes the second half of their stinking schedule 2-4. They dropped 4 games to end the year last year. So, yeah, 2-4. And this year, what do they do? 2-4 with a win against Campbell, which started ugly, and then, an iffy game against Duke, which I said during that game, put an asterisk by that one. Sick of it, man. Just absolutely sick of it. Underachieve. Period. Underachieve. You're 6-0. Number 10, you finished 2-4 on the season. To end the second half of the season, you're 8-4, 4-4 in conference. Disgusting. Absolutely freaking disgusting. Let me take a walk real quick. Tired of it, man. And I was singing the praises of Mac all the way up, even past the Virginia game. You know what? I was so pissed after that game, bro. I was infuriated. And it was like, okay, we made a mistake. Surely we won't do it again. And then the Georgia Tech game happens. And then it's like, oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness. And then we get fortunate. We get a Campbell game. Then we get the Duke game. And then we go through, what? Clemson and State. And here we are. Here we are, bro. Just feeling crappy about ourselves. From the top of the world, people talking about CFP to where we are right now. You don't even show up for your rival. You say, where does that come from? Coaching and culture. And I'm telling you right now, what I'm looking at right here in my little computer screen, right under the stinking cell phone, guess what? It's trash. And heads need to roll. I tell you what the big problem is right now. I love you, coach. I do. But you don't get the kids fired up, man. You know, I've been holding out on saying this. You don't get the kids fired up. And you know what? They respect you. They love you, but you're like a grandfather. And you know what? Granddad's not going to do it. 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10, you know, you telling little Johnny that he's doing a good job and he should feel good about himself, that's not getting him motivated. Now, am I saying that it's completely on you? No. That kid should have his own stinking motivation. But you're not helping. You're fostering a culture that, you know, just kind of turns a blind eye to mediocrity. Because that's what we didn't even witness mediocrity right there. How many teams have played NC State better than that? It's like you didn't even stink and try in the beginning. So the kids come out there stinking like, you know, NC State wanted it more. And I'm sick of that. Why is that game so important to them? But our team can't get it through their head that that game is important to us. And I don't want to hear no crap about we tried. No, you didn't. No, you did not. There ain't no way you can convince me with what I just watched. While I'm watching NC State flying around, making hits, that you're going to try to convince me that you had that same passion. No. No, you didn't. No. It's just another stinking game to you. And you played like that. And I'm frustrated about it. I'm frustrated about it. I love you. I care. So I got to call it how I see it. And you let me down. And not just me. You let Tar Heel Nation down. Period. You can say, oh, this is overreacting. No. It's not. It's not at all. You laid an egg against a rival. And you played hard at Clemson. And you had a chance to win that game. And then you did what you did tonight. It's inexcusable. It's unacceptable. And I'm tired of making excuses for it, man. I've been one of the main ones. You can talk to some of the guys. You know, just, hey, you know, be easy. Just, hey, I'm done. I'm done. And it's time for this program, 100%, bro. We've got to move on. We've got to move on. With the coaching staff that is in place right now, we have peaked. Period. Period. Because at best, it's another 9-win season. And if you think for 1 second that they didn't play hard in the stinking NC State game, that they're going to come out here and play hard in the bowl game, some crappy bowl game, you're out of your stinking mind, dude. Don't be surprised if we finish this season 8-5. Don't be surprised if we finish this season 8-5 and Mac Brown is 1-4 in bowl games. And you say, should we keep him? No. No. Maybe some other position, coach. But you can't be the coach anymore. It's time to move on. I love you, but it's time to move on. It's like Roy, you know, and people are debating whether, you know, the right guy replaced him. Debatable. But Roy Williams said to himself, hey, you know, I just don't have the same drive. And I'm just not what Carolina needs right now. And what did he do? Like a man, a respectable man, he said, I'm stepping down. And here's the guy that I want to replace me. Hey, respect, coach. Respect. It's time for Mac to do the same thing. It's time. I mean, we can't go through this again, man. We can't go through this again. We can't go through, you know, being told that, you know, we're going to compete and then to do this year after year after year. Just fall by the wayside in the second half of the season. I'm sick of it, man. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore, man. I can't do it anymore. I don't care what recruits you're bringing in if you can't develop them into football players and put a good product on the field. I did not enjoy watching that game from the beginning. And I listen to me, I love Carolina football. And why, after that game, am I thinking to myself, I'm just glad it's over? Why? I shouldn't be thinking that at all, man. I should be thinking to myself, man, it's the end of football season. Why is it a sigh of relief that it's over? It's because I'm sick of watching a crappy product from the top down. It's going to keep it a buck, man. Just going to keep it a buck. It's got to change. And it starts from the top. Coach, you got to go. I don't know who's replacing you. So people are like, hey, Russ, who replaces Coach Mack Brown? I don't know. I'd love for him to take another position in the program. Maybe head up the NIL, maybe head up some kind of facilitate the recruiting or something like that. But we have got to get a younger guy in here. A younger, passionate, fiery guy. We got to. And it starts with trying to stick and get these boys riled up on defense, man. Because there's no reason to have that kind of talent on that side of the football and watch that defensive line just get massacred by NC State over and over and over. And they don't even have a good offensive line. You're doing our backers a disservice. It's just, look, man, we can go on and on, dude. It's a culture problem. Culture and coaching, period. It's not athletes. It's culture and coaching. And you get what you allow. And you know what? Maybe there's been way too much stuff allowed behind closed doors. And I wouldn't be surprised if there's a mass exodus by a lot of the talent, if you will, that's on this roster at the end of this season. Don't be surprised, bro. Don't be surprised. So you think that you're coddling people and you're thinking that you're letting them, do what they got to do to keep them in the program. And then guess what? They're going to stink and cut ties, man. And, maybe that's what we need. Top down, bro. Top stinking down. Just let's wash away all this stinking filthiness, all the dirtiness. If we have to stink and start over, bro, let's start over. But we have got to get somebody young and hungry in this position, period. So, like I said, man, little bro, and yes, you are still little bro, beat us 39-20 this year, which moves the all-time record to 68, 39, and 6. Disappointed, man. Disgusted. And I don't have anything else to say, man. If you haven't already, bro, just, like, share, subscribe to the content. It's usually not down like this, man. At least we got basketball season to look forward to. And I hate freaking saying that. But you know what? I can say it now because that was the last game of the year, aside from the bowl game. And yes, we will be watching the bowl game. Yes, we will be pulling for the heels. I don't care if we go 0-12, I'm going to be on here representing Carolina Blue. But I'm pissed off, man. I'm tired, man. And that's why I said there's a sigh of relief. It's done. So you know what? Let's just cut ties, bro. Start from scratch. I don't care if it's going to be a year or two. If in 5 years we can put something together where there's some stinking culture and passion, it will be worth it. That's it, man. Love you guys.